Eric Winston, man, and you got the boneyard full of pets, or the boneyard pets, or all those things that are behind you that looks like they're going to eat you.
They do. Yep.
But they're wonderful. I mean, it looks like toys for adults, but you really made them for adults to work with kids because kids could put them together and have fun. But man, like that big monster on your right, man, that'd be great in any office for somebody.
And that's what it is. They're fun for everybody. They were designed as originally as puzzles, and
Uh-huh.
a lot of kids do them as puzzles, but I think they're great sculptures as well. A small one can sit on somebody's desk, the big ones can go anywhere in the room, and we're making them in all different sizes for a lot of different people.
Well, what's neat about it, though, go to your Kickstarter site. The videos there are wonderful because one with your daughter putting one together, and she outperforms you. That she's going to be on the Tonight Show and Letterman and everything before you know it.
Yeah, she was awesome. No, it was more of a surprise. I did not expect the whole performance from her and the whole instructional video, and it was like, wow, I just wanted her to sit there and put one together.
Right.
She decided to do the instructional video.
I could see sham now.
Totally, 100%.
How old is she?
She just turned 6 last week.
I see. So, 5, 6-year-old, yeah, she's delightful. But more importantly, I mean, you developed something. God, I mean, it's a beautiful design. It's a work of art. And it's at a price of a toy. I mean, you could start get one of these things for $50. That's on Kickstarter. But people remember, if there is one, like now is the time because after Kickstarter, these things will be 2, 3 times the price, and not only will you be the first in your neighborhood, but at a hell of a deal. But it's so funny to me because it really is so much more than than if you describe it to somebody, say, oh, it's a bloody toy or something.
Yeah.
But it isn't, and the work you guys put into this really proves that.
Well, that's what the whole thing was. When we started with them, the whole concept came with me picking up one of the old original, this type of thing, these old
Right.
skits. And I started thinking to myself, what would happen if we took that and made a new one, and not just a small one,
Right.
just a big one for fun. So we actually copied and traced the design to see what would happen. And honestly, when we scaled it up, it just fell apart just because they're designed for tiny little soft balls of wood and weight and stuff. So we started talking about it, and I was like, let's design something. So we went right back to the drawing board. We designed probably 15 different versions of our first one just to figure out how all the pieces slot together. Because the slotting is the biggest and most important thing. Because when the pieces go in, if they don't slot in, not only do they have to slot in easily, but they have to stay in. So it's all friction fit. There's no screws or no glue or anything else, and they just go together. And we started with the wood ones, and after some time and picking the right materials, they worked. And then John, one of my guys, turned around and said, we need to do something different. And he was like, let's do acrylic. And it was like, okay, this is really cool. So we're going to keep it closer to the original sizes, but we're going to really update it. Then we found that acrylic, because the way it's manufactured, isn't an even product in the thickness.
I see.
Thickness has changed. So then we had to go back to the whole drawing board again to re-engineer these ones so that they don't fall apart, but they come apart and they go together quite easily. So that's the whole engineering feat to do these ones and make sure
a lot of thought is in all this work, and that's what I think what people will have when they get these is that the soul of a half a dozen people that poured themselves into this thing.
There's been 4 people working on this pretty much nonstop for the last 4 to 5 months.
Wow, that's wonderful. And who did the? I'm impressed too. Your video there about putting it together in fast motion. That's an exciting little video.
It is. That's John, who works for me. John just basically, he's dedicated the last few months nonstop to this project and everything, and that's all he does.
Well, that's a cute little thing. But now you were a general contractor and weren't having fun or something.
I was a contractor for years and years here in New York, and I had a friend of a friend was looking to do an event. And they needed somebody to build out a space for an event. And we came in, I gave them a price, they handed me a check for half the money up front, We finished it a week later, and they handed me a check for the rest of it, and I was a little dumbfounded by it. Construction for years and years and years, I'd never experienced full payment that fast and that easily. And then one job led to another job and another job, and I was like, you know, I'm having a lot more fun doing this than I am doing the contracting. And we just ended all the construction and slowly job to job to job. And it's always been word of mouth, and we've been going nonstop now.
Wow. So you went from, you know, doing kitchens to now having fun with toys, huh?
Exactly.
And getting paid faster.
And that's the whole thing, getting paid faster. And actually, every day is a fun day here. Like, we have fun every day at work because no 2 days are the same thing. Every day is something different. You know,
so
that's what's cool about it.
You haven't looked back at contracting, huh?
Never questioned it, never second guessed it, because I have fun now.
Oh, wonderful. Well, to get these, and you get them now, you got about another week or two on Kickstarter. Otherwise, that's where the real deal is. Mm-hmm. And you go to 32 Square, that's 32 SQUARE.com. Yep. And you can see Eric and his 5-year-old daughter putting him to shame. And you can see these great videos by the guy, how these animals come together. I mean, it looks like, you know, animation that I see, you know, in famous movies that this fellow put together. It's just wonderful stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, no, John's been excellent about the whole thing. He just, like I said, every day I walk in and he's working on something different. And honestly, I'm not sure what he's going to do when we're done.
He's probably going to fire you for not working.
but yeah, it's been great. The ride has been awesome. We've been selling nonstop. We've actually now sold these things for Kickstarter all over the world. We're in 4 continents now, and over, I think, 12 or 13 countries people have purchased them. So it's been cool, and it's been humbling as well, because a simple idea that we were just playing with is within 2 months are going to be all over the place, all over the world.
So instead of trying to get it in FAO Schwartz, you just put it on the web and the whole world knows about it now, right?
Well, that's the idea, and we're going to be reaching out to a lot of other places as we move forward and things like that, and go that way.
But now you know for sure it's good.
That's the whole thing. We have the confidence now to take it to the next level.
Right. Well, wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Eric, and so glad you're there, and so glad you're making fun for the rest of us, too.
Thank you so much for having me.
You bet. Take care.
Take it easy. Bye-bye.